Buongiorno and welcome back to Koi Fish Johnny. Okay, I'm back doing a winter video. In all honesty, there hasn't been much going on at all, which in the winter, when you're not heated, is perfect. The electrics, I've popped a cover, so it's got like a baseball cap lid, sort of visor sort of thing going on it. I also sealed all the pipes. Let me pop you around and show you. After listening to you guys, I sealed these up with the electrical pipe, with electrical tape. So, and I put them under here, so it's got like a, you can see there, like a visor. It just hangs over the top, preventing the water getting on it, as well as these being sealed, so we should have no further electrical issues. The water issue that I was experiencing when it dropped randomly when I was on holiday, well, it hasn't since. So I can't solve a problem that is not presenting itself. Maybe it's just waiting for me to go on holiday again. Or maybe I've just got some sneaky little buggers hiding about in my garden that when I go on holiday like to cheese me off for when I get back. I very much doubt it, but possible. What else is happening? Well, today is Christmas Eve. Car Shark Brian and the monster-in-law are here. Monster-in-law's rolling around and they're breathing fire as we speak. Me and Car Shark Brian are located upstairs, putting in a double-decker, massive, big bed with crazy instructions, with panels that aren't labelled. Anyway, let's not go there on that pressure point. But yeah, we're having fun on Christmas Eve, putting up this massive bed for the kids. Well, that's what it's about, innit? What else? Oh, I've converted to a combi boiler. So I had previously had, and this is relevant to koi, I previously had one of those water storage things in the loft, and I converted to a combi boiler. But I finally managed to get this out. Let me get myself out of the way. So my idea about this is potentially I could clean it up, because obviously it's been outside for a little bit, a few days, and be a emergency isolation chamber. No, it's not chamber. Chamber's not the right word I'm looking for. You'll have to tell me what that is. I can't remember because I'm getting brain fog. But I thought in here, if I clean it up a lot, obviously, I couldn't use it at the minute, but it has the potential to be a quarantine tank. There it is. A quarantine tank. This could, that to my educated audience, could I convert that into a quarantine tank to help me if I get any poorly fish or have to treat or anything like that? It is quite big, about 50 centimeters long, really, maybe a little bit longer. I know it wouldn't do like long term, but it has got a, obviously I could put the water in from the top and it could filter out from the bottom because there's a pipe there. It's not perfect, but could we upcycle, recycle, reuse this thing because I'm a skinflint? I don't know, but drop comments in there from the people that know what they're talking about. The other thing we're doing is it's the hot tub. Normally we run it through the winter. We've always run the hot tub through the winter. The missus loves it. Hot tubs, people think they're just for the summer, but they're actually better in the winter. But this year we decided that costs quite a lot on the electric, so we're winterizing it. Normally you just get rid of all the water, put a few sheets on it and stuff, but we've managed to get basically a massive big coat for it, like a boiler suit. I don't know, so if the frost comes it can't get into it. The lid's a little bit broken. I mean, the hot tub is, what is it, 7 or 8 years old. It's a mint hot tub from Wizards Hot Tubs in Nottingham, I think. Nottingham, Ikelston or something like that. Anyway, that's where we got the hot tub from, like 7 years ago. Absolutely amazing bit of kit, and honestly never had a problem with it. They supply like spas and things like that, so it's top of the notch gear. In fact, when people come round, our friends, and spend like some time socialising with us and going in the hot tub and stuff, they say that that's the best hot tub they've ever been in. It's better than the ones at the spa, because it is the ones that are at the top end spas. So anyway, Wizards Hot Tubs if you want a hot tub. But yeah, a bit sad to be closing that down. Okay, so in relation to the fish have been feeding. The temperature's been up and down, like between like 3 degrees. Oh, I think it went down to like 1 degree at one point because it was cold. We are at the tail end of that storm, or whatever type of storm it is. It seems a new storm is every week that comes here. The fish have been feeding, actually. The fish have been enjoying their wheat germ during the winter. So one other thing is, I know that you know that I'm going to be converting the channel for January into like an extension channel, so you can see there, that sort of gives it away. There's no point hiding that from you guys. That is about, well, 30%, 33% of the extension. The other side we did a double extension. So let me show you, because I want to give you an insight into this, because it is really interesting, because I've looked back on it and I don't know how we survived with 2 kids and no kitchen. And when you look back at it, you're like, wow, how did you get through that period? But I'm just going to show you, this is the house we bought, right? So that is what we bought. We bought it with the idea of extending it. It's a detached house, built in 1995, I think. It had a separate standalone garage and it had a conservatory on this side, so that's where the conservatory used to be. And my mad idea, because I love grand designs, was, and forgive me for this, my photoshopping skills, when I devised this plan, this vision of what I wanted to turn this house into, were not that good. So please excuse this drawing. This is the idea I had. Bang. And to be honest, I don't get far from that. But there are quite a few things that I would have done differently, or could have done differently, but there are some things I absolutely aced. And it's so interesting, it literally is. And like I say, with the koi being, well, in torpor season, just chilling out, nothing to really report, other than if there is an emergency or if there is something of interest, I will interrupt the extensions and jump back to the pond and share that with you, because I don't want to hide what's going on with the pond. But for January, I feel like there's not really going to be, like there hasn't been for the past 6 weeks, anything to report. So I just think that it's quite interesting. It was a hell of a journey, and looking back on it, like I say, to take this house with a vision of this house and not knowing anything, I was undereducated. I just thought, do an extension, dig a hole, pour some concrete in, knock some bricks up, build a little roof, Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, it's all done, bang, boom. Easy, 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 but it's not. There's not, and there is some nuggets of information that is in this extension thing that will really, really help people that have the softer skin on their hands and aren't these big grisly monsters that are in the building trade. Because I'll tell you one thing before I start, I absolutely bloody aced it with my builder. I will be doing a separate episode on that, on how I found my builder, what to look for and things, because I was really, really worried. You're a bit exposed, aren't you, in all honesty, when you go into doing something like this, into a trade like that, where they're renowned, some people, for being little shits, and I don't think there's any way of putting it. But I had a method, or I applied a methodology to find the best builder, and I found a perler, all right? But that's for another episode. I'm going to go into that. You can see I'm a little bit passionate about that now. But yeah, that's just what's to come. That house turning into that house, but it doesn't quite turn into that house. There are things that I had to adjust with the council, and being too optimistic with my vision, I think, might be in it. And there's just some absolutely bloody crackers rulings, and each borough has their own. And that is a sore point of mine that I would like to sort of share with you. That I like to do these videos in a sense of talking to myself before I did it. Would I have watched these videos and got something out of it? 100%. And just generally, it is mind-blowing. I am lucky to live in a house like this. I had the vision of the house being like this as my Robin Redbreast shoots past, Rodney. Probably visiting for Christmas, which is nice. Yeah, so I've waffled and waffled on. In relation to the koi, they are feeding. The water temperature, going back to the koi now, because this will be the conclusive one, hopefully until like February, about the koi. So I'm just really, really excited to share with you what's going to happen in January, and wish you all the best for Christmas. I hope you have an amazing, amazing Christmas. We'll be here with the kids, Card Sharp Bry and the monster-in-law breathing fire around the house, hopefully not damaging anything in the course of action. And also, hopefully, when I return to putting up this double-decker massive bed for my son with Card Sharp Bry, hopefully I'll be able to enjoy some little cheeky yeah. But all in all, it's been one hell of a year again. Ups and downs, but definitely the latter end of it has been super enjoyable. I mean, the starter pack from UK Nishikigoi that are in there, absolutely love them. And the Shiro at Surrey, I think, is my favourite. It keeps changing and chopping and changing, but yeah, doing well. Strangely, during the winter months, the Kahaku, who is normally really, really, really quiet, for some reason is being the leader feeder. Temperature affects people in different ways, eh? But all in all, that's all I want to say. I wish you all the best. I will report any major incidents or major issues or anything of controversy, but I'm hoping that this winter isn't like the other winters I've had. Hopefully it's just a pain-free, smooth sailing winter in relation to the pond. But I am honestly super excited to be getting back on the koi fish train and getting new koi, which is obviously for me the most exciting part. I've told Dave I want a goshki, so I was down there a couple of months ago and I looked at Willy Wonka's koi factory, which is the UK Nishikigoi. Just keeps making more ponds every time I go down. I don't know what's going to happen next. They're probably taking me into a basement and there'll be some mad huge pond down there. But anyway, I digress. I was down there and I am looking for a goshki, a dark shower, and hopefully a Doitsu shower or Sankey. That's sort of like what I'm looking for, I think. But I also want a single colour koi. Anyway, I want one of everything. What the hell am I going on about? Anyway, all the best. I'm going to go now. Koi Fish Johnny over and out for 2023, baby.